It's just a phase, they say. He'll grow out of it. She's just shy. He's just being difficult. She doesn't look autistic. These phrases are so common regarding autism, representing misunderstanding, lack of support, and unacknowledged identities. People don't grow out of autism. It's not shyness or bad behaviour. It's a complex condition. Hi everyone, I'm Zoe from My Progression, and in today's video, we're going to bust some of the most common myths about autism and replace them with facts that can help you as an educator, ally, or a professional to better support autistic pupils in your setting. Keep watching all the way to myth number 7. It may surprise you. This video contains only reliable information from sources including the NHS, the National Autistic Society, and Ambitious About Autism. Something vital to remember when researching autism online is that you should only read non-biased, factual websites that are current to avoid reading outdated or inaccurate information. So, what is autism? Before we can begin our myth busting, we want to share the formal definition of autism with you. The reason that we're sharing this is to ensure that you have the correct understanding of what autism is, as we all know there is a lot of incorrect information out there online. Autism, also known as ASD or ASC, is a neurodevelopmental difference in how the brain processes sensory input, communication, social interaction, and behaviour. Autism is lifelong, which means people are born autistic and stay autistic. You may have heard the word spectrum. Spectrum means there is a huge variation. Some autistic people need significant support for daily life, whereas others can live independently with a few adjustments. Autism can also be masked, for example at school or in the workplace. Masking is the conscious or subconscious suppression of autistic behaviours to act in line with neurotypical expectations. This generally happens in more formal situations. For more information on what autism is, check out our video Understanding ASD linked in the description below.
My Progression is brought to you by Teacher Active. And keeping on top of your CPD just got even easier with the Teacher Active app. You can browse through all My Progression videos and test your knowledge straight away by gaining and downloading CPD certificates right onto your phone. If you're working with us as an educator, you can set your availability when it suits you. Earn when you want, learn when you can. Download the Teacher Active app today.
So, why do myths about autism persist? Well, myths about autism persist for several reasons. Firstly, media portrayals often focus on extreme or unusual cases, like Rain Man, whilst in reality, many autistic traits are subtle or masked, leading people to assume that someone just can't be autistic. Myths survive because they offer simple, comforting explanations, even though the reality of autism is far more complex. Misinformation is easy to spread. When it comes to neuroconditions, people want an easy, definite answer and always look for the why. It's human nature. However, there is still so much to uncover and find out about autism. Therefore, there isn't always an answer when it comes to people asking questions. As always, if you've seen a myth in action or have a strategy that helps, share it in the comments below. And if you find this useful, like, subscribe and click on the bell so you don't miss any future CPD content from us at My Progression. Before we dive into myths, let's be clear why myth busting matters. False beliefs lead to poor decisions. Misunderstanding autism can result in misdiagnosis, inappropriate expectations, exclusion, or interventions that do more harm than good. Pupils with autism are already navigating a world designed for neurotypical people. Therefore, we need to remove the myths, not add to the barrier. Many myths about autism come from blanket stereotypes, but the reality is, autism is diverse and no two autistic people are the same. Ambitious About Autism emphasises that autism is part of identity and present in every school, with different sensory needs, strengths and challenges. When it comes to autism, myths can spread sometimes faster than facts. So, let's buff some of the most common myths together and replace them with the truth. Myth 1, vaccines cause autism. This is one of the most persistent myths. However, scientific studies have consistently shown that there is no link between vaccines, including the MMR, measles, mumps and rubella jab, and autism. This false information linking autism and medicine fuels stigma behind vaccinations and goes against important medical advice, especially in babies and children. People have made the false link between the MMR vaccine and autism, as the age children are given this is the age that initial signs will most likely be present. There is useful information, including Q&As on the NHS website regarding the false news that vaccines have any link to autism. We've linked the website below for further reading, including some studies shared by the NHS. Myth number 2, autistic people lack empathy or don't care about others. In reality, autistic people may show empathy differently. They may struggle with picking up non-verbal cues, or they might feel overwhelmed in certain situations. But that doesn't mean they don't care. In fact, some autistic people experience heightened empathy. Many people with autism do want relationships and connection. Social communication can be harder, and the rules of interaction may feel confusing, but that doesn't mean they're not interested. So why does this matter in school? Well, if we assume that a pupil doesn't care, we risk misinterpreting silence or a different response style as indifference, rather than recognising it as a different way of communicating. It's your responsibility to be open-minded with every pupil and recognise them as an individual, not labelling or grouping them by a diagnosis or a learning need or disability. For more videos on special educational needs and disabilities, or if you're in Wales, additional learning needs, check out our series after you've watched this. Myth number 3, all autistic people are geniuses. The media across the years has portrayed autism in a very different light to reality. For example, in many films and series, autistic people are made to look like they have savant abilities. Most, like anyone else, have a mix of strengths and challenges. Examples of autism in the media, including Rain Man, can raise awareness of autism and deliver powerful messages about it. However, there are also a significant number of errors in the character's perception of what autism is. Therefore, it's important to approach media portrayals of autistic characteristics with your educational eye and trust your own research on reliable websites first. In educational settings, this really matters because having an expectation that every autistic pupil has a special talent is unrealistic. This incorrect impression of autism can put unnecessary pressure on pupils, or worse, these pupils could feel inadequate. If every autistic pupil is believed to have a special talent, does that also suggest that neurotypical pupils don't possess talent? Myth number 4, autism is a boy's condition. Autism has often been seen as a boy's condition because early research and diagnostic tools were based almost entirely on male traits, such as very visible repetitive behaviours or narrow interests. According to autism.org, the most up-to-date studies suggest that the estimated ratio of autistic males to females is 3:1. In reality, girls with autism may present differently. They often mask or camouflage their differences by copying peers, suppressing stimming, or developing socially acceptable interests, which makes their autism less obvious. Research implies that autistic girls are more likely to mask their symptoms compared to boys. This is partly due to society's expectations that girls should be more social and emotionally expressive. Boys and men, they do mask too, but the fact it's more common in girls contributes to the myth that autism is a boy's condition. Now, the risk in schools of this myth is that if educators only look for so-called male-style autism, girls may continue to struggle silently in school, despite needing the same recognition and support. Myth number 5, autistic people have low intelligence. Autism is not the same as a learning disability. Research from the Foundation of People with Learning Disabilities suggests that between 60 to 70% of people with autism do also have a learning disability. Many autistic people have average or above average intelligence. As an educator, you should always recognise that every individual has their own strengths, and it's exactly the same with those with autism. Making assumptions of intelligence based on a diagnosis can have a negative impact as it leads to lowered expectations or even segregation, instead of providing appropriate challenge alongside support. We all know that regardless of ability, every pupil needs to be stretched in their learning. This is where adaptive teaching is an especially powerful tool. If you're wondering what this is, Check out our video linked in the description once you've finished watching this one. Myth number 6, you can tell someone is autistic by how they look. Autism is often invisible. Many people may not show stereotypical behaviours, or they might mask them to fit in. According to the National Autistic Society, evidence about the diversity of autistic people's experiences of masking is lacking. More evidence is needed, including how a person's gender, ethnicity and cultural background and any co-occurring learning disabilities may relate to their experience of masking. However, what we do know is that children do mask, and this means autism could be all around you in school. You should never rely on appearances. Having the opinion that autism looks a certain way can lead to missing pupils who don't fit the stereotype, therefore delaying diagnosis and the support they need. And finally, myth 7. Autism can be cured or recovered from. There is no cure for autism, and that's because autism is not an illness. The focus should always be on providing support, adaptations, and helping autistic people thrive in all areas of their life, including their education. Autism should be viewed as a different way of experiencing and interacting with the world. The idea of a cure suggests that autistic people are broken or need fixing, which can be deeply harmful and dismissive of their identity. While some autistic people may need support with communication, sensory differences, or daily living, there are challenges to be understood and accommodated, not eradicated. Many autistic people see their autism as an inseparable part of who they are, shaping their strengths, perspectives, and passions. Chasing so-called cures of autism could risk turning to harmful or unproven interventions and medicine. According to the NHS, you can spot a sign that a treatment for autism is fake if it claims to cure or help people recover from autism. As an educator or someone who works with children or adults with autism, you should encourage everyone to not only accept, but embrace and love who they are. For more information on supporting those with autism, NICE, the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, has their important information on their website regarding gaining a diagnosis for autism, including support and management of autism. These myths aren't harmless. They shape how children and adults with autism are understood, how they're supported, and ultimately how included they feel. Within education, by busting these myths and replacing them with facts, we can build classrooms and schools where autistic people are valued for who they are. It's important to start with self-reflection. Ask yourself, have I ever believed one of these myths? How might that have shaped my expectations of a pupil? Challenging our own assumptions is the first step to inclusive practice and evaluating our approach. Share this video with a colleague or a friend to support others in understanding the truth behind autism. And don't forget, share your thoughts in the comments, including other myths you've heard, and have a go at busting them too. I've been Zoe from My Progression. Let's keep your career in motion.